Now, this time yesterday, Darren Barker, another friend of the show, was on a roof terrace in New York, gazing down from the 165th floor. Yes, the 165th floor. You want to query it, you can go and Google Plus it, because Google Plus has taken over from Facebook, as everybody knows. Anyway, that was in Manhattan. His fight with the WBC's Diamond Middleweight champion Sergio Martinez was officially announced, and he will fight the great Argentinian in Atlantic City on October the 1st. Martinez is the best of all the middleweight champions, and Barker is a massive underdog. That was yesterday. Today, I spoke to him, and he was shattered. Here's Darren with me earlier, and I started by asking him what his first impressions of Martinez were.
Just put everything in perspective, mate. You know, I've been fighting 17 years now, and the dream as a young kid was to be, you know, headlining a massive fight like this, and you know, being involved in the press conferences. You know, it was unbelievable out there. You know, on the top of a rooftop, one of the big hotels, and overlooking. I mean, the views in New York were amazing, but, you know, we're only halfway there. It's important on the 1st of October I'll go in there and show the world what I'm capable of doing.
You're right what you say. You are, you know, you're halfway there, but listen, that's a big half, you don't mind me saying so. How was Martinez to be around? Because we've had a lot of, in boxing in the last couple of months, let's not mince our words, we've had a lot of people exchanging a lot of nastiness. How was it to be around?
No, He was a gentleman. I mean, I don't think his English is up to much, but we did the face off and whatnot, and there was no aggro there. I think we're both of us are, you know, the kind of fighters who let our fists do the talking, and you could tell it was a good atmosphere there. I think two fantastic boxers, if I don't mind saying myself.
No, you're allowed to, son. You're allowed to. You're tired, but I would have said it anyway.
You know, one thing I stressed when I was at the conference is, you know, I'm not just turning up to make up the numbers. I'm there because I truly believe I can pull off a shock here. You know, I've not stopped watching him, and I've been watching myself as well, where I can improve. And I just think I've got all the attributes to be able to pull off a massive shock. And you know, another thing I said there as well: if sport was such a formality, and the winner, the favourite always won, sport wouldn't have the appeal it's got. It's, you know. That's the beauty of this fight, and I'm going to prove that the underdog can prevail.
Now, Darren, let me ask you this honestly. When did Martinez start to show up on your radar? Because, you know, you were winning Commonwealth belts, basically, before he won his first world title. Yeah,
well, pretty much. When I first went into the Matchroom offices...
Yeah, OK.
And sat down with Eddie and spoke to Eddie, and we chat for a bit, and I just sort of said what my... You know, how I'd like my future to pan out. And, you know, I mentioned the name Sergio Martinez. I said, if his name ever does come about...
Jump on it.
Or, yeah, exactly, jump on it. I want that fight. And, look, we all know there's a number of world champions in each division, but there's only number one, and there's only the number one in the division. And in the middleweight, he's so above everyone else that, you know, if I beat him, there's no question I'm the best middleweight in the world. And that's all, obviously an aim of mine, to prove I'm the best. And there's no better than against Sergio Martinez.
Now, Darren, you touched on it there. Let's say there's 4 sanctioning bodies, which there are, but there's about 9 so-called world champions at middleweight. So really, you could have taken an easier route, couldn't you?
Of course I could have. I mean, you know, all the other champions out there are a lot easier than Martinez. I mean, technically, I don't. You know, he's not an actual world champion. I mean, I don't know how this diamond works, but regardless if there's a title or not, he's still such a outstanding champion. He's so far up the rankings at number one. He's miles ahead of everyone. So, you know, I don't think this fight even needs a world title. If I was to win it, you know, I'll clearly be number one. If you beat the number one, surely you are the number one in the division. And I'm really looking forward to putting on a show on the 1st of October. You know, I'll go in there with no expectations. I'm a massive underdog, but I'm really looking forward to being the underdog and causing a big upset.
And Matchroom are going to be organising trips, aren't they? Like a package trip.
Yeah, that's right. To be honest, you know, Eddie and Matchroom have been absolutely fantastic. I mean, they're just, you know, a great organisation, great people, and I've enjoyed just working with them so much. You know, it's been, you know, a really exciting time. And, they're organising trips, they're getting everything sorted, and, there should be some noise about that and some information coming out very shortly. I think there is a number there, but
does it? Yeah, it'll come out in back.
Yeah, I mean, it'll come out.
I tell you one thing, Darren. That 12-round workout against the Italian is starting to look invaluable now, isn't it? Because obviously, with a fight the other week being cancelled, that 12 rounds that's going to put you in good stead. You needed that 12
like
rounds.
You say, with the 23rd being cancelled.
Yeah.
I mean, it was crucial. But we said anyway beforehand, we were pretty sure it would go points anyway. You know.
Yeah, good. So it worked perfectly.
He's a tough nut. He's been in there with some good opposition, and he'd never been hurt or wobbled. So we knew it'd be a good workout. It's invaluable, and you know, it's good to get the 12 rounds under my belt, and it's just a matter of making sure I'm in, 110% prepared, and I work my socks off for this fight now.
Are you going to go to a camp, or are you going to you and Tony going to be based in East London? Are you going to go overseas?
I think 5 weeks before the fight, we're going to head to either Canada or the States, just so we're there or thereabouts, near enough there. And then the week before, we'll head down to New Jersey, Atlantic City, and then that would be us. But we're bringing some good sparring. We've got people working on that now, looking at people, and we need some quick, sharp southpaws who can it's hard getting the similar style to Martinez, but out there's plenty of slick southpaws. So
you'll find what you need. You'll package it. Well, listen, Darren, you sound knackered, son. Thanks for giving us your time this afternoon, and I'll speak to you in August before you go off to either Canada or the USA. Thanks, boy.
Nice one, Steve. Look forward to it, mate.
That was Darren Barker. Now, trips will be arranged through Matchroom, and I will give out details when I have them. Barnett's Barker, by the way, is unbeaten in 23 and has held the British, the European, and the Commonwealth middleweight title. Sometimes I forget there are people listening to this that aren't nutcase online boxing fanatics, and they might have just tuned in and they're wondering who it is they've just heard from. And people that are talking about the trips online, Eddie Hearn, when he's ready, they'll be announced, and they'll be very, very, very decent. Chris Blackman sent